The Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's all about sin and the resultant decay. Leavening, yeast, anything that causes fermentation was to be absent from every Israelite home, from any food that they were allowed to eat. Fermentation is a process of decay. The fermentation that causes bread to rise, grapes to break down into alcohol, is a means of facilitating decay. Leaven is that agent that's added to food that brings on an accelerated rate of decay, the fermentation. And the Bible makes a direct parallel between leavening and sin. Sin is the agent in man and in the world that results in death and decay. And the more leavening that is added, the faster and more violent the fermentation process. The more sin that is in us, the faster and more violent is our decay, physically and spiritually. The Feast of Unleavened Bread, matzah, was, as was Passover, a remembrance of Israel leaving Egypt. Israel had to hurry to leave. They had no time to prepare bread in the regular and preferred way by preparing it and giving it time to rise, and then they would bake it. So they had to make bread without leaven, without yeast, the traditional Bedouin way. And they ate that unleavened bread for the first several days after their departure from the land of Goshen. You see it here. That was left behind. They didn't bring it with them. No decay. No sin was to accompany Israel into their new life, into their new land with them. The Torah uses an interesting word to describe what Jehovah actually did when he saved Israel from Egypt and then took them away from their bondage. The word is redemption. They were redeemed. Redeemed means a price was paid for their freedom. Boy, was it. Thousands upon thousands of Egyptians, and undoubtedly quite a few Israelites, as well as hundreds of thousands of innocent livestock, died in order that Israel could be redeemed from Egypt. Notice the order of things. Oh, this is so critical. First, Israel had to accept the atoning blood of the Passover lamb. Then the sin, unleaven, the leaven, then it was removed from their life. Now they're redeemed. It's the same for us. And all of this was an act of grace by God Almighty.